Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. Today we're going to be looking over the markets, but because I've not had a chance to look at the news yet, well, it's not just because of that, but I've not really had a chance to look at the news. I had a late night, early morning kind of airport run this morning, so I didn't get to bed until about half past three. So, and I got up at what time is it? 6:30, 7:15. So not had much sleep, so I've not had a lot of chance to I usually do a couple hours before I go live, kind of looking at the news and kind of looking at everything else, looking at the chats and everything else. So I've not really had a chance to do that at all. Plus I had to go out for coffee this morning as well to keep me going this morning. So I've not really had a chance to do that. So this is you can ask any question at all, if it's about crypto, if it's about the personal stuff, anything at all, just ask any question at all in the chat area and I'll try and get to any question on crypto, on business, on personal stuff, on just anything. Anything goes today, so it's any question. But we'll still be looking over the charts. We'll be looking at the some of the charts that are making the headlines today as well. We're looking at Binance as well. So that's what we'll do, but I'll just make sure we are live just now, just to make sure everything is up and running and okay. Yep, got a few people in. So I will put Superman glasses on and dive over. Right, who do we have in the house? We have Rob Fiddler is in, Pascal Amsterdam is in, John Russell has joined us. Good morning to you, Marcus Jafari, Karen Thomas, Crypto Cannabis, Mervyn Skidmore, Mikhail Kukrowski. I don't know how to pronounce that. Let me know how you pronounce that. I'm always want to know how to pronounce your name properly. Welcome to you. I don't think I've seen you before. Mike D is in the house, one of our brilliant admins. Welcome to you. Gordy Boy is in. Scottish Bull. Bit of those bags. There's a Scottish term you don't want to know. Stephen King is in the house. B is in the house. Mitch Dieter. Justin Evans. G Slick is in the house as well. My wife says it's her or crypto. Which one, Steve? That's an easy one. Your wife, obviously. Right. Okay, so that's who we've got in the house just now. Just make sure we're live and streaming's healthy. Yep, we are. Okay, so we'll have a look at the markets just now, see what's happening. Right, we have a market capitalization of nearly $289 billion, which is fantastic. Bitcoin dominance has gone up slightly to 57.2%, as you'd expect, because it's now gone up to $9,300, which is brilliant. And we're still I'm still expecting this $11,000 mark to be reached, and we'll soon see if that happens or not. Okay, MadeSafe coin is up 15%. Grisha is back up again, 12.35%. That's only two in double-digit greens. We've got Hypercash, HedgeTrade, Dent, KuCoin Shares, Digibyte, Nash Exchange, Monero, Huobi Token. I was looking at Nash Exchange again. I looked at it from the very beginning as well. When it came out, well, it didn't actually have an ICO, but it was going to have an ICO, but it didn't go to ICO. I looked at that ages and ages and ages ago, so I've looked at it again for a possible future investment as well. I think it looks really good as a future investment for an easy 10x, 20x, possibly even more than that, but probably will be even more than that, to be honest. So yeah, I've been looking at that. Okay, who's in the doldrums? Inside Chain, I had a big run up the day before, so it's down 10%, but the volume is extremely low. Look at that, 2,494. How is that possible? How is that possible, actually? That's in the top 100. There must be more volume. There must be CoinMarketCap must be discounting volume somewhere. Markets, yeah, they're discounting Dragon X. Price volume excluded. Outlier detected. Strange. Dragon X, would it have 3 million volume? Not so sure. Not so sure. Ardor is down, Aurora is down, Komodo, Grin, Zilica, Tezos, Nebulous, Odin, Elf, all down as well. So we've got percentage in the red. Quite a big percentage, actually about 70% maybe. Yeah, about 70% in the red and 30% in the green, probably 75% in the red actually. We'll look at all the cryptocurrencies. We have 2,258 cryptocurrencies listed now. This time next year is going to be totally different. We're not going to have that many cryptocurrencies listed. So it'll be interesting to see what ones are going to go. CoinLancer is up 174% on 125,000 volume. MSD is up 84% on 439,000 volume. Safe and Sure 69% up, 287,000. VID is up 36%. I was speaking to somebody about that the other day as well. And that is up 36% on 2.3 million volume as well. DREP is up 30% on 4.5 million volume. Quant making headlines again. What's the market cap on that? 54 million for Quant. That's been tipped as a big one as well. Electrify Asia. Geez, oh, we got into that last year as well. And it didn't really do anything. That is now up. Good to see that kind of making a move as well. LTO Network, interested in that at 30 million market cap, up 15%. Red Pulse Phoenix, that's jumped on Binance as well. I think they're having a trading competition, that's why it's jumped. Bitmax token, up 10%. It's not got the market cap there. So that's what's happening. As I said, every day, this is why we look at these, just to look for kind of hidden gems, and that's essentially what we're doing here. We're just looking for hidden gems. You know, just jump back to chat, see who else has joined us. Debbie Clyde, morning Steve, getting ready to go to the airport too. Excellent, where are you off to, Debbie? The Hawthorns is in the house, welcome to you. What do you think about BAB, new team, new plans, AMA on 25th of July? Honest answer, no. I wouldn't touch it just now, if I'm being honest. I know I've been into it before. I've been a big, huge ambassador, but the whole team has changed, the whole dynamics changed, everything has changed as well. Kind of documented what I think and why I've kind of gone out of BAB as well. Plus, somebody mentioned this morning in the kind of premium group that they've got an ST on KuCoin. So basically, I think this is what they're saying. If the volume doesn't pick up on KuCoin, it could be delisted. But that's just, I'm thinking just now, we need to kind of verify that as well. I'm not saying anything there for sure, but just be aware of that as well. But personally, no, I wouldn't touch kind of BAB again, if I'm being really honest. And I've made my kind of reasons very, very clear over the past, since January actually, for the past 6 months. Crypto market news, hi to you, good to see you here. Crypto Don Juan, Debbie Clayton, I hope your plane is going to the moon. Have a safe trip. Nice one. That's Crypto Don Juan. Good to see you, buddy. Mac Pawn is in. Scottish Bill, look at the volume on Litecoin, guys. Half the Litecoin in existence being traded on a daily basis. CMC figures are fake. Surely. Need to look into that. Honest Crypto Journey, good morning from sunny Edinburgh. I was absolutely pouring down last night as I was driving to the airport. It was the worst kind of rain I've seen for a while in Glasgow, and it just started as we got in the car as well, all the way down to kind of Prestwick Airport. It was a bit of a hairy drive, shall we say. Scottish Bill rain in Glasgow, yeah, it was peeing down, as I said. Maybe Skidmore Pundit 8 Satoshi nightmare. So we did say that could go to 8-9 Satoshi. So we'll just have a look at what's happening. Binance 8 or 9 Satoshi, mental. Crazy. So it's got a buy wall at 8 Satoshi. Could it go down below that? I don't think we've ever seen, well, we have actually 7-8. We've seen a 7-8 before. It just lasted for one day. Then it kind of went up about 50%. That's crazy to see that. And I think, I've kind of mentioned this before with Pundex, it's excruciating trading them. But if you're willing to hold, it's going to be very lucrative, I think. But it's just that holding period that you cannot trade anything else. You just have to hold it. And it's just an absolute nightmare of a coin to trade. Good time to load up more Pundit. Yeah, I would say so. I know, why is Pundit not rocking? It's just crazy. Just crazy, Justin. Hyphen Lee is in. Gareth Passage, good morning. Catching a quick live while on holiday. Excellent. Where are you, Gareth? Bernard Ronald is in the house. Good to see you. LOL, this Libra on Facebook is shaking up the market. If you look, I'm just going to go to here just now. Go to YouTube, click on that, and look at my subscriptions. So this is who I kind of subscribe to. So talking about Libra, it's all about Libra. Libra coin, everything is about Libra just now and Facebook. So it has shaken up the market, definitely shaken up the market. It's got people talking as well. So yeah, it's definitely, is Facebook Libra good for cryptocurrency? You know my views on it. I've kind of said why it's going to be good for cryptocurrency as a whole, and you have to look at the bigger picture, the big 50,000 foot view. You have to look at that as well. But do your reading as well. Read up on it before you kind of make an opinion. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting few months, and supposedly he's getting called up before Congress as well about the cryptocurrency. So obviously Congress are scared about this as well. So yeah, it has shaken up the market totally. Scottish Bull, what was your reason, Steve? What was the reason for leaving BAB? I'm presuming you're kind of talking about. Right, Nex is on the rise. Let's have a look at Nex. $2.40. Yeah, it's doing good. The Nash Exchange. Total supply, so it's 36%. Circulating supply was total supply. Oh. Rob Fuller, I've been thinking about getting into Nash. Any idea what wallet it utilises? I don't actually know. I've not bought any, but I've just been looking at it as a possible one as well. O3 wallet, Scottish Bull Next, BTC, LTC are what I'm holding just now. I'm looking to get into a little bit of Ether too. Yes, definitely. I'm off to Tax Haven, Jersey for a few days. Excellent. We were down there a couple of months ago. It's really, really nice. No, it wasn't. It was last year, but it's really nice. We went there for a wee break as well. Andreas is in. Good morning to you. G-Slick, thoughts on Turtle Coin? Haven't heard of it, G-Slick. Eva is listing on Next, Nash.day 1. They're both net 5 NEO. Yep. So Travala, I've been talking about Travala for a couple of months, well, more than that. It's doing okay just now, 14 cents. I expect it to go much higher. This is a kind of possibly a moonshot one. So it's good to collect some moonshots. I've done it in the past. Some of them have not panned out, but the ones that do could be extremely lucrative for the future. And I think Travala is going to be one of them. And it's kind of bridging the traditional with the kind of blockchain. That's kind of what it's doing just now. That's how I see it anyway, and they've got lots of good things coming out. So yeah, more listings would be fantastic as well for Travala. We'll have a look at Crypto Bubbles just now, see where Crypto Bubbles, we've not kind of looked at that yet. So the hourly one, we're just kind of seeing Made Safe, Monero, Iglesia, I keep forgetting the name of that, CRO is up as well, but mostly in the red. Just now, this is the altcoins, mostly in the red just now. Have a look at the daily, 24 hours, kind of similar thing as well. INB Insight chain down, Iglesia up 3.4%. Made Safe, that's really going for it. That's not, I was going to look at over the last month, but it's only 6.3% over the last month. Digibyte, a lot of people are talking about that again. That shall keep G-Slick happy with that. Okay, so we'll have a look at the Bitcoin price. What's happening in Bitcoin just now? $9,314. Just now we had a kind of break off here for the support line as it broke this support line, which is normally bearish, but I think because I've had a kind of like an almost parabolic run, like it's went up 200% in the space of a couple of months. I think we're expecting these kind of break-offs as well on the support line. So we've got this kind of break-off from here, which would indicate that it's going to be longer before we get to this $11,000 that I've been talking about. If we kept on going at this rate, we can probably talking July, so that's the 4 hourly. Look at the daily. Yeah, around about July for 16th of July till we get to $11,000. I think we're going to hit it again well before then. So we're just waiting on that happening, if it happens. But I think it will. Let's soon find out. So yeah, Bitcoin is still looking good. The price of Bitcoin is still looking good. Obviously with the run up again with Bitcoin also going down again. But remember I said about that cycle. What's going to happen is Bitcoin is going to plateau around about the kind of between 9,000 and 9,500. If it trades there and goes sideways, you're going to get these in and out kind of jumps of the altcoins. That's what's happening just now. So as Bitcoin rises, also going to go down. As Bitcoin stabilizes, also going to go back up. Then they're going to go back into Bitcoin. Bitcoin's going to go up to $10,000, going to stabilize, also going to go up, then they're going to go down. So you're going to get a cycle like that for the next few months. That's what's going to happen up until $11,000. After $11,000 or 11,500, or just below that, I'm thinking, I think we're going to come back down. So after that, I think we'll see a kind of dip back, possibly 8,000 to 8,000, 7,000, 8,000. And then back up, and we're going to go to the moon again. And I showed you that yesterday. Yeah, I was showing you this yesterday. This super guppy. So this is what I was trying to get yesterday, but I couldn't actually figure out how to do it. But I managed to get it just after I went off on the live. So if you didn't see this yesterday, this is a super guppy. And basically it's a collection of EMAs together. And when it turns, they've got three kind of parts to it. You've got silver, you've got green, and you've got red. It's only twice turned green. In 2012, it turned green, lasted for a 427-day period, went up to its peak from $12 to $1,169 for a rise of 9,600%. And this is the second one, which happened in 11th of January 2016 for a 700-day period up to its peak, went from $447 to $19,600. And the next one, for the Super Guppy, we've just turned green on the 3rd of June. That was a week. So this could last for 1,100 days, which is about 3 years, for a rise of 2,000% from $9,000 to $192,000. And that's my thinking. And that, or possibly, if we're looking at historical prices and we're looking at kind of what's happened in the past, with this rise, 4,300%, that was the second one. It was half the size of the first one. If we look at this one, half the size of the second one, again, and 1.63 times the length of the second one as well. So that's just figures I'm throwing out there, obviously, but it's just looking at some patterns. So it could possibly go up to $192,000 by, so 1,100 days would be, I'll just kind of measure it. 1,100 days is going to be, I need to measure it again. That's 1,200. So 27th of June 2022. So 3 years. So 3 years. And we could get up to $192,000. So how much Bitcoin would you need to be a millionaire? For that, you'd need 5.5-ish, 5.5 Bitcoin to be a millionaire at this time, 2022. So would you try and accumulate 5 Bitcoin just now? I know that's a lot more, that's $50,000. But what would you do to try and accumulate if you knew it was going to $192,000? You'd be a millionaire in 2022. Although $1 million in 2022 it's not going to be a great deal. It's not going to be, you couldn't give up your job if you're 21 and live off $1 million. Well, you could if you're investing again. So that's what I was trying to kind of look at yesterday, just trying to get this into perspective, or the perspective for it. But that was what I was trying to show you yesterday as well. But so, be interested to know your thoughts on that as well. Congress have put a stop to Libra. I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Justin Evans, Libra good or bad for it? I think it's good. I think it's going to onboard potentially 2.3 billion people for us. And a lot of people are saying, oh, Facebook, privacy, stuff like that, bullshit. It's just, we need to read up on kind of what this is. This is not owned by Facebook. It's owned by a kind of consortium of people. It's going to be up to 100 people. So we have to kind of look up on this and read up on it. And it's not going to be decentralized either. So it's a hybrid. Libra coin is going to be a hybrid between kind of blockchain and traditional, well, DeFi, we're calling it. It's decentralized finance, but it's not totally decentralized. But I still think it's going to be good for us. It's getting people talking for a start. It's getting non-crypto people talking and asking the question, what is crypto? If they type that into Google, in fact, I've never actually done that. What is crypto? If it'll come up Bitcoin. What is crypto? Crypto. What is Bitcoin and cryptocurrency? Learn about cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency evening. And all we'll be talking about Bitcoin. Obviously, Facebook's at the top of that just now. What's cryptocurrency and how to use it. So it'd be good to see Google Trends. Google Trends, if this has already caused a stir. Google Trends Bitcoin. So we'll type in Bitcoin first. And I'm only doing this because we've got loads of time today to do what we want. So it's gone up for a score of 53 to 84. As Bitcoin says, people searching Bitcoin. Obviously, it's kind of real high. So we'll look at Libra coin. See if that's in already. Probably it has. It's spiked right up big time. 100. So from nothing. Partial incomplete data available. So interest in Facebook Libra coin up 450%. Cryptocurrency topic breakout. So that's what's doing. This is only the space of a couple of days. That's what we're looking for. If we think about it from that point and look at the bigger picture here. How many up or down? Up eventually. I think it's down just now because the Bitcoin price is up. But I do see how many going back up. And I think Binance are going to announce today, is it? Are they going to announce today another IEO? So that usually means all the other IEOs that I've had so far will go up. Libra BTC is a killer app we all have been waiting for, and we'll use BFT as a consensus mechanism just like Neo and Stellar and Binance Dex. Cosmos Tendermint. The supply is wrong on CMC. To look into that. Sean Dubs, hey everyone, good to see you here. B, any word on Amazon XRP? Was a wee yes, there's no chance to go online. No, it was just it was a kind of tweet that was put out by somebody that I was kind of following on, because he kind of talked about the MoneyGram and Ripple kind of partnership. A lot of people were slating him before it, and I thought, why are people slating this guy? And I didn't realise. So I'd kind of started following him just to see what he was saying, and he kind of put a picture of Jeff Bezos up. So obviously, naturally, kind of assumed he was kind of hinting or a cryptic clue to Amazon XRP kind of partnership. So I kind of talked about that yesterday, and I was just asking the question, could it be possible? I wasn't saying it was definitely going to happen. And then it turns out I got a few kind of emails, a few kind of tweets or DMs about this guy that was talking about it. It caused a bit of a shitstorm on Twitter yesterday. Because I'm not usually on Twitter, so my Twitter feed was just going mental. And my DMs were going mental. He was kind of threatening me with DMCA, which is copyright, which has nothing to do with anything else. But anyway, caused a bit of a shitstorm yesterday. That's why I didn't do a video yesterday. I was just kind of going, what the hell is going on here? So yeah, there's nothing definitive on that. It was just speculation. That's all it was. Try CoinGecko. Right, try CoinGecko for what? O3 is way better than Neon, and I've been using both for more than a year now. I like the Neon kind of wallet as well, but I've never used it for a while because I'm out of Neo. But I had a lot of Neo, I was trading Neo for a long while. Really loved the project. OST, have a wee look at OST. See what's going on. That's something I wanted to look at as well before I go on to kind of look at the charts. I was looking at it kind of just as an aside. I was just looking at the history and just taking a historical snapshot of where we were in April kind of 2013. This is where we were in April 2013. We're only talking 6 years ago. We had a market cap of 1.5 billion. Only one for the whole of the cryptocurrency market. It was 1.5 billion, and these were the coins that were there: Bitcoin, Litecoin, Peercoin, Namecoin, Terracoin, Devcoin, Novacoin as well. That was the 7 cryptocurrencies that were there. And Bitcoin obviously had the dominance there, totally nearly there's probably about 95% dominance, which is 1.48 billion. And then we go on to 2014, April 2014, and we have obviously a lot more coins there. I think we have about 210 with a market cap of 6.5 billion. This is only 5 years ago. Only 4 years ago, this is 2015, Bitcoin price was $260. XRP was 0.8 of a cent. 0.8 of a cent. Kind of rose big time after that. Litecoin was $1.70. And Ethereum wasn't even there. So how many coins did we have? This is 4 years ago, 544 with a market cap of 4 billion, so it actually went down. And this is a snapshot in April. Snapshot in April 2016 when Bitcoin was $420. Ethereum came onto the scene at $11.62. XRP was 0.7 of a cent. Litecoin $3.26. Factom. Has Factom been around that long? $1.66. So how many coins did we have then? 545 with a market cap of 8.2 billion. So that was only 3 years ago. The market cap of 8.2 billion. This is how far we've come. And this is why I wanted to show you this as well. This is April 2017. Bitcoin was $1,102. Ethereum was $48. XRP had gone up to 6 cents. That's when it's had its big jump up. Dash was big on the scene as well. Litecoin $7.74. Ethereum Classic had come onto the scene by then. Ikonomi, they're PivX as well, and these are all ones we can kind of looking at, and the ones that are kind of old, considered old now. So just have a look at how many coins we had back then. This was only 2 years ago, 759 with a market cap of 27 billion. This was 2018, only 1 year ago. Bitcoin 6,844. Cardano was 15 cents. Binance was $11.07 at 1.2 billion market cap. And look at all the market caps as well. VeChain 1.1 billion, Qtum 1.1 billion, Binance 1.2 billion. So all in the billions there. How many coins did we have this time last year? A ton. An absolute ton. Loads and loads. 1,557 with a market cap of 254, and that's kind of where we are just now. And this is April 2019. This is only a couple of months ago. So kind of crazy when you think about it, when you just take snapshots like that and just see how far we've actually come. Over the space of 5 years, kind of the market cap, the overall market cap has grown tremendously. From here, it's grown about 50, 60 times from where it was. And only 6 years ago, it's grown about 250x, which is 25,000. Is it? Yeah, 25,000% for 250x, which is crazy when you look at it that way. Right, okay, we'll go to a few charts. Somebody was saying OST. So have a look at OST BTC. Right, this is on the daily. So cross down over to 658. So potential there. So we'll just kind of come out and look at the bigger picture. So it's near its all-time low actually. And we've got a base there. So we're looking for a base here. So fundamentally, I don't know anything about kind of OST for the fundamental side of it. So that's kind of talking about kind of product, the team and stuff like that, and what they're bringing out, what's coming out, mainnets, testnets, stuff like that as well. So I don't know anything about that. But we've got a baseline there of 250, around about 250. So it's near its all-time low just now at 312. From a trading point of view, is it tradable? It's kind of been going sideways just now for the last month or so. 2 hours. Kind of jumped up on the 2 hourly to 339, back down again. So it could bounce on the 50 EMA from here and go back up. So from a trading point of view, kind of risky. I'd maybe wait for an entry. Look in the 15 minutes. On the 15-minute chart, nope, it's not tradable at the moment. So not for an entry at the moment. If you're in it already, it might be a different story. On the 2 hour, it still looks okay. It could bounce up to 50 EMA. But for an entry, I wouldn't be entering just now. I'd be looking for a better entry than 312 Satoshi just now. So I hope that helps, Gareth. Oops, loads of stuff here. Gary Stewart, Steve, you started with 8 BTC. How many BTC do you own now? About 5, 4.4, 5 or something. Just now, that's what I started with. And that was back in June 2017. And obviously, it kind of went up big time. And I had around about 35 Bitcoin and lost nearly all of it. And it went down to about 1.7 Bitcoin. And managed to trade it back up to 4.45 just now. So just be honest and just tell you. So yeah, do you call when to sell too? No, I don't call when to sell, Gary. So that's up to you. So what I've got, and I'll show you a kind of sample one. And the premium group's not open just now. Obviously, I'm going to do a launch at the end of July. So this is what kind of I was talking about as well. So when I first started, I thought the way to do it was get the 8 Bitcoin and start kind of buying stuff and hodl till it just goes up and just hodl to the moon and just say, okay, I'm going to hodl for the next 4 or 5 years. And I thought that was the way to go. I thought, brilliant. 8 Bitcoin, it turned into 35 Bitcoin. The price was going up. I was up to about $500,000 worth. And I thought, no, it's going to go up to $1 million. I'll wait till I get to $1 million, then I'll start cashing out. Didn't happen. And when it got down to about 200,000, I thought, okay, surely we can't go any lower. And it went lower. So it went down, all the way down, and a lot of the coins kind of disappeared and stuff. It was just an absolute nightmare, to be honest. BAB was a big one as well. One of the ones that I had about $120,000 worth. If I'd sold at the right time, it would have been $120,000, but it went all the way down. I had to eventually sell it for about $8,000. So that was one of the big ones, and that's why I'm not in BAB just now. So that's what happened. Then I thought this hodling is definitely not the way to go. And I didn't even buy at the very top. I was kind of buying before it and everything started shooting up. And I thought hodling was the way to go. Definitely not the way to go. With Bitcoin, it's different. If you're hodling Bitcoin or you're kind of daily cost averaging in on Bitcoin, that's totally different strategy altogether. And then I got into trading. I thought, okay, how am I going to get out? Will I just leave the market with 1.7 Bitcoin, which was nothing at all compared to what I had. I thought, okay, it's time to just leave the market altogether. I thought, no, I'll trade this. I'll start trading. And I learned to trade, and I found a simplified, a really simple way to kind of start trading and minimize your losses. It's all about minimization of your losses as well. It's not about making lots of money. It's about minimizing your losses when you do lose as well, because ultimately you are going to lose because you can't see, because the market's that volatile, you can't see when it's definitely going to go up 100%. But if you've got a more than average percentage that's going to go up, then that's when it kind of works for you. And that's what I've done. So it went from 1.7 Bitcoin to up to about 4.5 Bitcoin. And it's been a wee bit higher than that, so I've come back a wee bit. But that's fine. So because I know I can trade my way back to it again as well. And that's ultimately what we're doing, trading our way back to BTC to get more Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to go up in the future. Or for the likes of XRP or Cardano, trade into that because we know that's going to go up. And it's relatively safer than kind of trading, obviously, if you're kind of accumulating these ones that are going to go up in the future. So that was a bit long-winded there, but that's kind of the story so far. My journey with kind of Bitcoin just now, and journey with cryptocurrencies. Gordy Boy, Facebook can already tick the first mass market discussion very cleverly, targeting emerging market people with phones who doesn't own one. Yep. So they're aiming to become like a bank as well, banking the unbanked and all that kind of stuff. Where we heard that before, but yeah, so they can actually do it. They could actually do it. That's why the kind of governments are running scared, and that's why everybody's talking about it as well, because it could potentially take over. But they're not looking to do that, I don't think. Ronnie O'Reilly is in the house. Welcome to you. Justin Evans, thoughts on what will actually cause mass adoption? The likes of this, the likes of Libra, the likes of XRP, and kind of getting into MoneyGram and possibly other ones as well in the future. It's going to be something like that that everybody's on social media just now. You're watching YouTube just now. This is part of social media. This is what's going to bring the masses. And you have to go where the people are at, and the people are at just now is the likes of Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. Everybody's there just now. That's where all eyeballs are. And if you get enough eyeballs, and you're talking about crypto, and you own the companies, i.e. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, owns all of them. Facebook owns all of them, and more. So you go where the eyeballs are, and you put messages out where the eyeballs are, and that's how you get it into the subconscious minds of people. And then they start asking the questions, and then they start looking at it for the future. And then the governments have to take notice. They really have to take notice. I seen something on Twitter this morning as well. I think it was from, where was it? In fact, I'm going to try and look for that one. Wait a second. Where did I see it? It's actually quite cool the way they were talking. Now, I've probably lost it, but I'll share it in the groups if I find it. So yeah, I think that's what's going to cause mass adoption. Go where the people are at. Facebook coin, can we take the first? Good crypto morning, everyone. As I've seen that already. Steve, my son, is on my lap saying hello, Connor. Hello, Connor. How you doing? How you doing? Good to see you here. Hope you're having a nice time with Daddy. I don't know what age he is. Presumably just a wee boy if he's on your lap. Good to see you, Connor. Peter Van Den Wright is in. Namaste, Stephen, everyone. Namaste to you. Digibyte starting up Veritas. Invalidates online profiles from fakes with DigiID tech coming soon. Excellent, G-Slick. You'll be happy to know that it looks like it's going up. Digibyte is going up. Crypto market news. I'm trying to get one Bitcoin halfway there. Lost 80% of my portfolio because of BAB. Yes, I think I lost about 20-25% of it. But you have to kind of go with it. And this is the kind of attitude you have to have in this kind of market as well. So with it, I have to say that I've taken out, so I started essentially with $20,000. Now I've taken out about $50,000 in total. And I've still got, and I'm up to $40,000 just now. So I've taken out much more than I put in. So this is all kind of house money, really, if we're kind of thinking about it. So anything I can get just now or trade up to, and I still think I can get to $500,000 to $1 million again, trade up to it. I still really believe that with the trading style and kind of investments as well. So I'm not just trading. It's not all about trading. It's about kind of putting away for the future, just for accumulation as well. So I think I can get up to that again. So I've taken out more than I've actually put in, which is a good thing. So in 2 years, if I'd went to a bank and said, listen, could I put 20,000, say it was £20,000, it was, could £20,000 in the bank, you say, yeah, high interest account, you'll get 3% a year. 3% on 20,000, what is that? 10% would be 2,000, so £600 a year. Accumulate that. So I'd have, after 2 years in a bank, it'd be, if I got high interest at 3%, 20,000 would be 21,200. In cryptocurrency, because the cryptocurrency I put in 20,000, I took out a 250% profit. I took that out, was still left with 20,000. Traded it up and got 100% profit still. So I'm quid cent just now if I'm really being honest. And that's not including the money I've made in crypto from the kind of business side of it. So that's not including that. This is just pure crypto, trading crypto. So I've done not too bad. I cannot complain. It's just when you see where you were, where it was, and where you are now, you just go, oh my God. But thinking about it, it's not that bad at all. So when I first got in, when I had 8 Bitcoin, Bitcoin was $2,500, and that's where the $20,000 comes from. G-Slike, I want to buy some VID. Yeah, it was Jimbo that was talking about that, one of our brown admins. He was talking about that, and we're going to be doing something that we'll kind of talk about later on, or a couple of weeks, couple of months or something. You'll get to know about it. I'm looking forward to that as well, Jimbo. Peter Van Den Wright, how could I ask you, Steve, if you had to lock up one coin out of XRP Address for 24 months with the same amount, which one would it be? Feel free to include a wild card if you think of a better coin. What one would I tie up? I think for the safer bet, I think XRP is going to explode. I really do think it's going to explode because of all the stuff they've got going on. I just think they're going to explode. However, for a safer one, I'd say Cardano just now, purely because if we look at this and looking at this kind of point of view, where it is just now. So XRP's got a market cap of 18 billion. I still think it's going to explode and we're going to get up to a market cap of 100 billion. So we're going to 5x. But if we look at Cardano, it's got a market cap of 2 billion. If it 10x's, which it's going to do, it just goes up to 20 billion. Kind of where XRP is just now. So I think there's more scope for rising. But however, the market cap doesn't really matter at all. It really doesn't matter. But we have to kind of think, well, we tend to think in terms of that, because we have to have some kind of link to link it to say, okay, it could rise to this, but it could go exponentially higher than that as well. So I think for a safer one, I'd lock up Cardano. For a riskier one, it'd be XRP, because there's so many people hate on XRP. So it's Marmite. XRP is Marmite. You either love it or hate it. And a lot of people hate it. A lot of people just don't like it at all. I didn't like it at all, and I just thought it went against the ethos of what the whole kind of cryptocurrency was all about. But then I kind of slowly started to turn around and thought this could actually bring about mass adoption. And this is why I got into XRP and started talking about it as well, and start to see the benefits of it. From a personal point of view and from a cryptocurrency point of view as well. So yeah, so I would say kind of Cardano over XRP just now. But you have to kind of look down. I would look at the top 100 and just go down there and just say what else could actually come up big time. I think Crypto.com could be a big player. It's 465 million just now. That's going to be, if you think of where Visa and Maestro are, or MasterCard are, and Visa card, I think Crypto.com are going to be the next Visa MasterCard. Basic attention tokens doing brilliant things. I do think it's kind of up there just now. Is it going to go higher? I think it will, but has it got scope for growth? Definitely. I just don't think quite as much as some other ones. VeChain, I've been looking at this over the last couple of days. I still think that's going to grow kind of big time as well. So I do think that's going to grow, but I'm not as enthused. But I definitely think it's going to grow. It's got a loyal following as well. What else? Bitcoin, I'm not sure about. It's just riskier, but that could explode as well. Holochain, I do like as well. 0x, PundiX, I just think something like this, a company like this, whereby they're looking to onboard people, i.e. trying to get the mass to adopt cryptocurrency, I think they could do extremely well as well, and it could blow up. But it's just a nightmare trading it. Digibyte could do something riskier. KuCoin shares, I think that's going to 10x, 20x as well. Solve, don't know too much about. I know that's CYT-Coin was big into that, but it seems to be an older style kind of coin. It's just like an old kind of company now that's not really doing them. It seems like that. That's in my head a correlation between kind of traditional. So it needs to do something to kind of revamp itself. It has to do a lot of coins. Engine Coin, I like the gaming coins, so that's going to be huge. Easily 10x as well. Crypto.com, obviously, we just spoke about that. The CRO is kind of like the gas of Crypto.com. Nash Exchange, I think the DEXs are going to do extremely well, especially if they're compliant and with regulations and stuff. So Nash Exchange, definitely. Grin, I'm not too sure about either. But there's some in the top 200. The likes of Matic could do really well as well. What else would be up there? Seeing what I'll do. And this is the ones I've just looked. Obviously, I'm going to go over ones that I've not kind of really looked at. So I've not really looked at Electroneum. I know a lot of people into that. Thunder Token, I kind of looked into that purely because there's been a lot of people were investing in it. Elastos, I've not really looked into that either. So I don't know too much about it. Sailor Network, I think that could go easily kind of top 50 as well. Same with Matic Network. And these are the ones I've kind of looked at. Bancor, I used to love trading on Bancor. We had a wee Bancor kind of thing going as well, which was brilliant. Digitex, no. Ethereum, Polymath. Just wait. So there's a few. But out of Cardano and XRP, I think it would be Cardano as a safer bet, as a safer one. John Russell, Steve, are you thinking KSC future? Do I hodl or not? KSC? KSC. You mean KCS? I take you're talking about KuCoin shares. Let me know if it's KuCoin you're talking about. Libra, good for awareness of what is crypto. Yes, definitely, Debbie. That's what I think. Very true. Justin Evans, right, 1 sec. I'm just trying to get to all the comments here. Right, also true, mid-2020 is launched, correct? Some people know about digital wallets now from news showing Libra wallet. 2020, yeah, it's going to be 2020 before it launches. This is Libra they're talking about, so they've got a lot of things to iron out before then. Wish I got back into Dent at 17, hopefully it will drop again. Dent is not that high up, is it? Is it taking another run? As we've been on, 22. Oh yeah, he's still got lots of room for that, but it looks as if it's going to go up to 22, 23. Lark spoke about Congress and Libra today. I've not seen that video yet. Obviously, I've not had time to catch up. What do you think about XRP price in the near future and why? Kenny, purely because of everything that's going on. There's just way too much stuff going on with XRP and Ripple to kind of talk about here. I'd need a whole kind of hour's worth video just going through everything that they've got. Every kind of partnership they've made. The recent one, obviously, with MoneyGram, buying into that. They've not bought it, but they've bought a percentage of it. And they're going to start using it. MoneyGram are going to start using it, I would imagine, almost immediately, because it's going to save them a shitload of money as well. With all that, all the underlying good news, just as there's been nothing but good news for Ripple, for XRP, for Ripple the company, XRP the coin as well. I can easily see it going to kind of $5 in the near future. So near future, talking about the end of the year, I can see it going to $5. Quite easily for possibly the end of 2019. Yeah, I could see it going to $5. So you're talking about 10-15x for XRP. I think it's going to explode a couple 100%, come back down, then go explode again. Libra shouldn't affect blockchain in general, but I would be nervous about cross-border and crypto card coins like XRP and Litecoin. God boy. Yeah, so the way it kind of looks, if you're reading the white paper, the way it kind of looks, it means you could negate the need for a bank. If you read it that way, you could interpret it that way and look at it that way. And obviously, there's 2 billion people unbanked in the world today. So if you kind of looked at it that way, and these 2 billion people have got mobile phones and they've got Messenger. Messenger you can use for transactions as well. So yeah, it could be interesting. But how do you get the money from your mobile to kind of Messenger? You need to have some kind of form of account. In Crypto 74, reading the Libra white paper literally says they will share your transaction data when you make a transaction. If that doesn't scare you, I don't know what does. I need to look at that specifically because you don't have to sign up for KYC. You don't have to sign up for KYC. You don't have to link it to kind of Facebook. Or Messenger. So I need to look at that specific and see what the context is. Honest Crypto Down, people talk about $10 to 100 XRP. Initially seems too high, but BTC was 192k and XRP did not increase in SAT value. It'd be $8. Exactly. That's why we have to. A lot of people kind of miss that altogether. They just say, okay, how on earth could XRP go to $5? It could stay at this level at 4,700 Satoshi, and Bitcoin could 10x. It automatically 10x's XRP. So it automatically goes to $4.50 or nearly $5 without it changing, without it doing anything at all. But then you've got the double whammy is if the Satoshi value goes up of XRP and kind of Bitcoin has gone up, say, to $90,000 and the Satoshi value of XRP goes up, which it will as well. That's how you easily get to $5, $10, $15. So a lot of people don't think about that and how that could possibly happen. But that's how it could happen quite easily. You could see that. So you get the double hit there as well. And this is why when people say, why don't you just invest everything in Bitcoin? Because that's where people are going just now. So if you think about it from this point of view, if you invest in Bitcoin just now and just say, okay, all I'm going to, and you're a Bitcoin maximalist and say, all I'm going to do to get money is just invest in Bitcoin. If that's all you've done, that's brilliant. That's excellent. and it went 10x. It went to $100,000 and you've got 10, you've got $1 million. But if you know of a safe kind of cryptocurrency, a relatively safe, most of them are safe. Bitcoin is not safe. 100%, you can't guarantee there's going to be around in 5-10 years time. We can almost guarantee it. It's hard to imagine a life without Bitcoin now, but it's not 100%. So you could almost look at that and say, okay, what else is going to 10x along with Bitcoin? And this is where you kind of look at the likes of Cardano and XRP. So you look at, say, Cardano, for example, and say, okay, that'll 10x just in value. Obviously, if Bitcoin 10x's, this automatically 10x's, and it puts the market capitalization up to 22 billion automatically. However, fundamentally, Cardano is going to be changing over the next couple of years. It has changed so much over the last couple of years with everything that's coming out. You've got Shelly coming out, and you've got all the kind of updates coming out as well. So from a Satoshi point of view, could it 10x from here as well? Yeah, it could easily 10x and go to, say, 10,000 Satoshi. So if it 10x's and Bitcoin 10x's, then you've got the double whammy. So you could still invest in one of these projects like Cardano, and you're going to get a double hit. So not only are you going to get a 10x kind of price rise from Bitcoin, you're going to get a 10x rise in Satoshi value from Cardano as well. So why would you not? This is why I'm looking more towards Cardano and XRP and possibly Ethereum. I think Ethereum might come back down a wee bit. Litecoin as well is doing brilliant. I still think that's going to hit nearly $200 before it comes back down again. Binance coin, I'm not as sure. The only thing that I was worried about with Binance, and I said this months ago, I think it's a $100 coin waiting to happen. The only thing I'm concerned about is the regulations. And we've just seen that over the last week or so, that the regulations. But I still think it's an amazing coin, and I think it's going to onboard a lot of people, and people are going to go to it, and it's going to be $100, $200, $300. So think about that. Think about that. And this is why when people say to me, just invest in Bitcoin, why don't you just kind of stay in Bitcoin? That's the reason why. Because you're going to get a double hit if you invest in a quality kind of project as well. So, and this is why I do it, to get more XRP or Cardano or Bitcoin. That's what I'm kind of doing as well. That's my thoughts on it. Pascal Amsterdam, in the TA with the J curve on BTC, is it possible to delete the last two green lines of the J curve and make it one straight line? I'll just have a look. So, is this the right chart I'm looking at? Nope. One wee sec. I'll get the other chart up. Oh, it is the right chart. One wee second. BTC USD. So the J curve, right, so what it's talking about here, daily. So we'll get a line here, and just to see what it's talking about. Right, so going from there to there now, because you're going to miss out a lot of things there. You've got the whole that curve there, the whole that curve. It's coming back into play, obviously, here. We're looking from here to around about here, yeah. So it kind of misses out all of that and kind of gets broken straight away. Doesn't hit it again. So that's why I've got that kind of J curve there and lots of different support lines. So this is what kind of is talking about here. So I've got various support lines that get steeper and steeper, and this one's kind of taking a break off, a breakaway. And this is going up to $11,000. So no, I don't think you could do that. It doesn't kind of work. It doesn't follow that pattern. So the support line, it kind of follows a pattern. When it breaks that, that's when you start to look at it and say, okay, there's something not quite right here. And you start to kind of reevaluate. You have to reevaluate as you're moving on. And this J curve that we're talking about here, we can look at. So we can see this pattern. If we take off these as well, we can just see this kind of J curve here, or the hockey stick pattern. Just going up. So no, I don't think we could do that. I don't think we could do it with that. That's Pascal. Yeah, well, what if the banks start using Libra? Possibly. I don't think so, but possibly. Morning, thanks for the content. Thank you very much, Kik. Really appreciate you saying that. We've still got loads. No, we haven't got loads. So just quickly run through what time we're on, 9:24. Just now, yeah, I wouldn't be anywhere near Libra myself, but it could be good for awareness. Yes, that's my main thinking for it. Brilliant for awareness. Steve, have you seen Alicio speaking about BTC chart excluding weekend data? Paints an interesting picture. I've not seen it yet. Hyphens, well, check that out. I mean, people bought BitConnect, so yeah. Yeah, I was one of those naive idiots for BitConnect. Sorry for your loss. Yep, didn't know any better. It was my intro to crypto. Oh, a nightmare. We've all had some bad moves. Every single person here has had some kind of bad move. B, Ken, I'm holding XRP. I see good things coming. Everything Ripple are doing can only be good for the coin. I think so. We have all been burned. Yeah, definitely. Got to learn somehow, and that's how we learn. We get burned. Do admire your honesty. You're a great guy. Oh, thanks very much, Gary. Really appreciate that, mate. Thanks. We all need to share to learn. Definitely. Agreed. Love this live chat too. A good community here. It's a brilliant community here, Justin. I have to admit, we've got kind of in the free group and the kind of premium group as well. It is really, really good. I met Annie from Bab last week. I've not spoke to Annie since for a long while. We were friends before. We were in the personal development world, Annie. So I've not spoke to her for a while actually. Be good to see how she's getting on. And research the coin you're investing in. I was crypto 100%, mate. My father's a successful businessman. He says I'm an effing idiot for being in crypto, but he doesn't understand. Just like, yeah, you're not going to get these kind of people that if they're not looked into it, then you're never going to understand. It's crazy. It seems crazy to them. It seemed crazy to us as well when we think about it. When we first got in, we thought, what the hell is this? Why would you have a digital currency? Why? What's the point of that? Is it going to overtake the world? No. But then you can see the potential of it now and what it's doing, the ethos behind it as well. My whole family, couldn't my wife think I've lost my marbles? Yeah, I got in March last year, still went to see some money, still overall in red by 29%. That's actually not that bad, Scottish Bull. It's not that bad, being in the red 29%. But it's going to come, again. Depends what you're doing, are you investing or kind of trading? Discussions about FB and Libra have just about 10 minutes of airtime during drive time on Australian National Radio. It was natural to listen to a Scotsman instead. The Hawthorns. Excellent, mate. Cardano, I've not done anything in over 4 years, but Charles Hoskinson seems to be on permanent holiday. Check out his Twitter posts out there enjoying the millionaire lifestyle. Yeah, as I think they've been working on working away in the background. It has always been a long-term, slow, kind of plodding coin. It's always going to be that. But it is going to blow. It is going to go up. I'm looking at PundiX. PundiX FX staking is good. Yeah, I think it's staking for FX up until 2020. Connor says hello. Thanks for that, Steve. My pleasure. And nice to see you again, Connor. Justin, I wish I could stake. Lucky, but I'm happy holding my Pundi. PundiX was on the stock market and blow up because they've got products. Exactly, yeah. Yep, I agree. Just waiting for the masters to figure out its potential. B, have a great day and stay safe online. You as well, B. Good of you to join us. Good to see you. Look at the amount of VThor being burned. It's almost like the same thing that happened when they boarded Deloitte. Yes, Steve, KuCoin. Right, John, so you're talking about KuCoin. So you're asking, I think, is it a goer? Yeah, I think it's a goer. I think you've got 10x a coin there at least as well. Because they're making money, because a lot of people use it, because you're getting a lot of hidden gems on KuCoin as well, because you've got the IEOs coming out. There's just loads of stuff going on for KCS. However, they're going to have the same regulatory issues as Binance. So it will come. It will come. And it's going to come for all the exchanges as well. Binance are just getting ahead of the curve. Look at the amount of XRP in circulation. It honestly doesn't matter. The XRP Scottish Bull, you have to think about the institutions. They're not going to be getting XRP in the kind of millions. They're going to be getting XRP in the billions. That's what, and they're going to be effectively taking that out of the marketplace and out of circulation. Although it's never going to show on CMC about the circulation, they're effectively going to be taking that out so they can transact on it on a daily basis. That's what you have to think about. So it honestly doesn't matter how much you had. What do you think about BGG? I looked at that a couple of months ago, and this is a big go-go exchange. Obviously, it's went up in price, but I kind of looked at it and I thought, I don't know if this is a bit, the things they were doing seemed to be a bit scammy, but is standing the test of time just now, well, a couple of months, and doing okay just now. So we need to wait and see what happens with it. But I believe it's kind of gone up. fairly rapidly since I kind of looked at it. So 23 Satoshi. I did get up to 81. So it's come back down again since then, but it was about 18 Satoshi. Was it just now? 23. And it did get as high as 101. So I think it's got potential. I do think it's got potential. It's trading. The volume is trading, although the volume is excluded. I don't know why the volume is excluded. So outlier detected. I don't know why they're doing that. Scottish Bull, $589 XRP. Total, I think, obviously, for that to happen, obviously, the kind of market cap would just be through the roof. But you can see how it could get to $5, $10, $15 quite easily. I don't get it how Bitcoin 10x, how does the rest follow? That's not how it works, is it? Yeah, but in dollar value, not Bitcoin value. So if we say, so you have to think that the dollar value is tied to the Bitcoin price. That's how you get this dollar value in all the tokens. That's how you get a dollar value. It's tied to the Bitcoin price. So if Bitcoin goes down, the dollar value of your tokens are going to go down as well if they stay in the same Satoshi level. So try and think of it. So if you've got a coin at 100 Satoshi and it stays at 100 Satoshi and it's $1, and Bitcoin is say $1,000 or say $10,000, but your coin is $1 and it stays at 100 Satoshi. If Bitcoin went up to $100,000, that coin then goes to $10 automatically, but still might stay at 100 Satoshi. So this is why you have to think about the double whammy, the double hit. And a lot of people don't kind of get that. This is why your portfolio, when you see your portfolio and Bitcoin is falling $1,000, your portfolio comes down by however many Bitcoin worth of altcoins that you have. So if you've got 5 kind of Bitcoin worth of altcoins, and Bitcoin goes down $1,000, then your portfolio is going to go down $5,000 automatically without it moving in Satoshi value. But you get a double whammy there as well because people start selling off their alts, so it comes down in Satoshi value. Bitcoin price comes down as well, so you get a double whammy. So you might, although Bitcoin might lose $1,000, and your portfolio might lose $5,000 because of the kind of altcoin trading it going down, you might actually end up losing $7,000 or being down in your portfolio $7,000. You don't lose it until you kind of sell it, but that's how it works. And a lot of people still don't understand that. They can't get their heads around how that's working. This is why we have to kind of decouple from Bitcoin. But what happens when we decouple? Is Bitcoin going to be valueless? No, it's not, but it would change the kind of dynamics of cryptocurrency just now. So that's how it works. I hope that makes sense, kind of saying it that way. Bitcoin is like the sun, nothing will grow without it. Yeah. It's all about kind of, if we're thinking about it, if we really think it's all about kind of Bitcoin, it is the granddaddy for a reason. They all tend to move together. Gareth Passage, MoneyGram is the first national bank in South Africa. Excellent. Justin Evans, but BTC 10x, I believe small tokens like PundiX will 20, 30 or 50x, exactly, because you're getting a double whammy. Only meant to remove the last 2 parts of the J curve and make it, oh right, I see, I'm with you, I see what you mean now. Then it will still be a J curve and not a curve the other way. I see what you mean. And David Clayton, Steve, when BTC flip-flops, so much do you stay in or do you tether? I rarely go to tether. Rarely go to tether. I just don't see the point, because if Bitcoin kind of goes down, for example, I think it's going to go down, and that means obviously alts are going to go down. So I'll get out of the alts and go into Bitcoin, stay in Bitcoin until the alts have kind of come down to level. I think, okay, we're starting to kind of go back up again. Then I'll use that Bitcoin that I've got and get more of what I had already. So if I've got XRP and Bitcoin starts to go down, obviously XRP is probably going to start to fall unless there's good news out. Then I'll sell the XRP into Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes down. It doesn't matter if it goes down by $8,000 to $1,000. I've still got 1 Bitcoin. XRP would come down massively. So with that 1 Bitcoin, I could still get a ton more XRP than I could have before I sold it, if that makes sense. So I tend to stay in Bitcoin, if I'm being honest. I tend not to go into Tether too much. I've done it a couple of times when I think I'm doing a little bit of arbitrage with kind of Bitcoin and kind of Tether, but I don't do it too many times, to be honest. And a lot of people say that's just crazy doing that. It's just the way I do it. Mike D, thanks for your time today, mate. You can go back to bed now. Yeah, I'm not going to go to bed. I've got loads of things to do today. I've got the doctors actually. I need to. I've wrote myself a note here to say you've got to go to the doctors because I missed the doctors on Monday. I was meant to go on Monday to get some bloods taken for some stuff. So I need to go today for that. So I'm not going to bed today. Connor is hooked. Excellent. Connor, you're now a wee crypto man. A crypto wee man. Justin Evans, LOL, cool. Keg, thank you very much for the $2 donation. Really appreciate it. Okay, thank you everybody for your time. Really appreciate your time today. I know you could be doing other things. And thank you to everybody who's watching. Connor, thank you very much for watching. For you, a new crypto subscriber, which is good to see. What do you think about WXT pre-sale token lockup for 6 months? WXT, is this YRX? It depends when you go in as well. Did you get in pre-sale or pre-sale? So I think that kind of depends on that. I think it was going to be a good thing for YRX. I couldn't understand why they've not done it before, but then there you go. That was very quick thoughts on it. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them,